way too many dribble drives, giving way too many easy baskets inside. And teams are consequently, they shot 50%, I think, the first half. I told them at half, if we can, I don't think they can shoot that well the second half if we play great defense. Unfortunately, we didn't play great defense, and they shot 57%. So you're not going to win a lot of games if your opponents are shooting that kind of percentage. I mean, you're going to have to shoot 60, 70%, and you're going to have to outshoot them. And if we have an off night, then two or three guys have off nights, which has happened quite frequently, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, teams are shooting great against us. They're shooting a lot more free throws than we are right now, Coach, and that's not a good combination. We're playing from behind most of the time.
Well, the free throw disparity is concerning. We're attacking the rim too, just like everybody else. But it's just something that we foul. I'm not going to deny that, but I also think other teams foul too. And I watch film and see that they're fouling the same as we are. But I can't control those guys, and so. But we just have to play above that, and we have to execute, and we have to play better defense. We have to play smarter defense without fouling, and that'll correct the free throw disparity.
David Hegman and Duron Hall led you guys in scoring on Wednesday. A couple of guys that haven't seen a lot of playing time here in the past couple of ball games.
Well, I think David is somebody that has both of those individuals have potential, but potential doesn't mean anything if you don't utilize that and do the things that we need you to do. And so, I felt like they did the things that we needed them. David is a good individual that can attack the rim. He's not a terrific outside shooter. I mean, his stats tell you that, but he can get downhill and he can get steals. He can do some things that disrupt their offense, and that's what we need from him from a role standpoint. And Duron is, his defense continues to be a work in progress, and that's kind of been an issue for us, is that you can't have four guys playing defense and one guy not playing defense, because it never works that way. You got to have all five on the same page, and it's offensively he has potential to score at any time, but potential, like I said before, if you don't put it to full use and continue that way the whole time, whether it's practice or games, it doesn't do anybody any good. I mean, everybody has potential, but what you make of it is something else. So, we need those guys, and we need them to step up at a bigger level than maybe what they have shown here throughout the season.
All right, we're going on the road now and play Dakota Wesleyan, a team that we saw back at the beginning of December. Lost to this team at home, coach, by 5 points. How do we make up the 5 points, and what do we do differently in this ball game today?
Well, one, we can't foul them. They're a good free throw shooting team. Two, we have to stop their dribble drive. They had a new coach. He's done a terrific job with them as far as the same players from last year. They had a good team last year, and so. That they have a good post player inside. They've added a good point guard. The coach brought with him as a senior that really controls the tempo of the game for them. And they run some good stuff that they didn't run a year ago, but they're still getting downhill, and that's something that we have to make sure that we're in a position to stop dribble drive and not give easy baskets in dribble drive, and not give them an and one. When they do dribble drive, we got to make sure that they earn it at the free throw line if we're going to do that. But and rebounding is going to be what was an issue the first time we played them as well. They have a power forward that's 6'3", but I mean, you love him on your team, but you hate to play against him because he's just a workhorse. I mean, he doesn't care if you're in the way or not. He'll find a way to get a rebound, and whether he shoves you under the basket or he shoves you away from the basket, or he does what he needs to do to keep the ball alive on the glass. So those are guys those just hustle plays, and that's something that we need. I feel like, again, we have the potential to have a couple guys that can do that, but we need to show it. And so, I think having John inside helps a little bit with his size. I think he's done a better job, or helped us do a better job as far as rebounding concerned. But we need everybody rebounding. We can't just say, okay, John, go rebound, and we'll go the other way. So it takes a team effort to do all the little things, and rebounding is one of those.
Yeah, they're a big guy inside, 6'7". Had a good game against us the first time around, but John wasn't here, so that's a better matchup maybe for us inside with that guy in there.
Well, he had a bunch against Northwestern as well. I mean, he's a good post player. He can shoot the three. He can put the ball on the floor, and that's the biggest issue, is putting the ball on the floor against our post. And yet, he gets offensive rebounds. He follows his own shot when he misses, and you forget, you're trying to block his shot. You forget about checking him off, and he'll go get his own rebound. But, I don't think we can double him just because they have so many good perimeter players that shoot the ball. I mean, they're all over 30, almost 40%, some over 40. So you can't overhelp trying to stop one guy and let four other guys go off for you. And, that's been something that guys off the bench, or guys that are averaging 5 and get 30, and that just doesn't make sense. Shouldn't happen, but it has happened with us. And so we just, from a defensive standpoint, we have to be better, and we're going to try a bunch of, maybe zone, maybe press, maybe run and jump, just whatever we can to try to disrupt their offense a little bit and see if it works. I mean, I'm anything to help us win a basketball game at this point, and I'm not a big zone guy, but I just feel like maybe we need to at least throw it in a little bit and see what happens.
We just got to be more consistent, don't we? We get a lead, and then we make a couple of stupid mistakes or turnovers, and the other team comes back and goes on a 10-0 run on us or something like that. We just got to be more consistent for the 40 minutes, don't we?
Well, true, and I think when your things aren't going your way, you have a tendency to lower your head if something goes wrong and feel sorry for yourself, and I see that a lot with some of our guys, and which is disappointing because they're college athletes. They have nothing. They shouldn't be hanging their head. They should move on. Basketball is a game where you can't worry about your last play because you're going to make. If you're so worried about the last one, you're going to make another one right away. You just have to move on with it. But if you're continuing to make the same mistake over and over and over, there's a issue there, and in some cases that's been our problem.
Okay, good luck today.
Thank you.
Todd Reardon, head coach for Hastings College. Stick around. Got the tip-off coming up. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
At Bosselman Energy Companies, we take pride in being a trusted partner to our customers, a strong presence in the communities we serve, and a family business that truly cares. Founded in Grand Island in 1948, Bosselman Energy has grown into a diverse group of companies with locations across the Midwest. We supply local communities with essential petroleum products that fuel farms, power industries, and heat homes. With over 70 years of industry experience, Bosselman Energy remains committed to the principles that have guided us from the beginning, ensuring our continued success for generations to come.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
All right, Mike Will back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota, as we get set for the men's game here this afternoon between Hastings and Dakota Wesleyan. And as we come back, right on the money here, the lights go out again as we get ready to give you the starting lineups for the ball game here today between Hastings and Dakota Wesleyan. The Tigers, they have a record of 11 wins, 5 losses on the season, 4-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The Broncos are sitting at 1-15 on the season. They are 0-9 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. For the Tigers, they expect to go this way in the ball game today. It'll be Tampa Scott IV, a 5'10" senior out of Mesa, Arizona, getting the start. Also, Randy Rosenquist Jr., a 6-foot sophomore. He's out of Sioux City. Also starting for Dakota Wesleyan will be Jacob Dobney, a 6-foot senior out of Vermilion, South Dakota. Another starter for the Tigers is going to be Samuel Atlason, a 6'7" senior out of Howard, South Dakota. And the other starter for the Tigers is going to be Blaze Lubers, a 6'3" senior out of Harrisburg, South Dakota. For Hastings College, it'll be Miles Simon, a 6'3" junior out of Wahoo. John Barnhill is getting a start for Hastings here in this ball game. Barnhill, a 6'9" junior from Loveland, Colorado. Also starting for the Broncos will be Maverick Binder, a 6-foot freshman out of Auburn, Nebraska. David Hagman, a 6'3" sophomore out of Windsor, Colorado. And the other starter for Hastings will be Ben Boudreau. Boudreau, a 6'1" sophomore out of Omaha. The Broncos going to be in their crimson uniforms here this afternoon. Their white trim. Dakota Wesleyan in their white uniforms, their blue trim. Ball is in the air, and the Broncos will control the opening tap. The Hastings College women, they won the first ball game today over the Tigers by a score of 79-70. Hastings looking to break a 14-game losing streak here in the ball game here this afternoon. We're still looking for our first conference win of the season. We're 0-9 in the conference. There's Boudreau driving the ball to the basket. It's going to be no good. Rebound comes down to Dakota Wesleyan. Rosenquist has got the ball, and his pass is going to be deflected out of bounds. Getting his hands on the ball there for Hastings was David Hagman. Broncos coming off of an 81-76 loss to Midland on Wednesday. The Tigers, they lost to Northwestern 73-66. And the Tigers 11-5 in the season. Hastings sitting at 1-15. Our only win this year. Way back there against the York. There's a shot from three-point range up there and in. Blaze Lubers throws up the three-pointer. And the Tigers out on top of Hastings 3-0. Hastings comes back with the ball. Ben Boudreau has got it. Ben has really been playing well for the past couple of weeks for the Broncos. Feed inside down to Barnhill. He gives it away. That's a Boudreau with the ball. Takes it down on the baseline into a Barnhill. Barnhill backs up here. Tries to put a man in the air. Goes over the shot and scores. John Barnhill scores. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. Barnhill, of course, joined the team right after Christmas, so he's been with the team just a couple of weeks. He gets his first start here for the Broncos today and scores in the first possession. There's a Lubers with the ball, puts it up there right-handed. His shot's going to be no good. Barnhill with a rebound. Barnhill gives the ball away. That's a Boudreau. He'll bring things up. We're about a minute and a half into the ball game, 3-2. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead. Barnhill with the ball for the Broncos. Barnhill is going to give it away to Boudreau. Out here top now to David Hagman. Over here on the right side, it's going to be Miles Simon with the ball to Barnhill. Barnhill bounces off with the defender, puts up a shot. It's going to be off of the back iron, no good. Rebound loose, and it's brought down here by Jacob Dobney. Dakota Wesleyan with the ball back in their offensive zone. Rosenquist has got the ball. Rosenquist takes it all into the basket and misses. And the rebound comes down to David Hagman. Hagman down to Binder into the forecourt to Hagman down the far sideline into the offensive end for the Broncos. Hagman sends it to a Barnhill out here toward the top of the three-point arc. Underneath the hole here to Boudreau. Jump pass down in the corner to Simon for three. Shot good. Miles Simon hits the three ball. And the Broncos are out on top 5-3 over Dakota Wesleyan. Tigers beat us back in December by 5 points, 82-77. Hastings looking to turn the tide here in this ball game here today at the Corn Palace after the women picked up a big win in the opener today, 79-70 over DWU. Here's Asselson with the ball. His shot is up there. It's going to be good. So now it's a 5-5 ball game. 16:45 to play. Here's a Barnhill with the ball. Barnhill gives it away. That's going to be Hagman. He stops and pops from 10. Shot good. David Hagman, he scores He's got his first bucket of the ball game. He's averaging 7 on the season. He had 9 that first meeting between these two teams. Hastings is out on top here in the first half. 7-5 is the score. Broncos in the man-to-man defense here. Here's a Tampa Scott out to the top of the key. A three-pointer thrown up by Lubers, no good. Rebound Hastings. Miles Simon with the ball. Down to a David Hegman. Down in the corner, Binder. He drives the baseline, puts a man in the air, goes for the shot, and he's going to be fouled in the play. Binder will go to the free throw line. Or will he? Nope, it's going to be before the shot. Personal foul going to be called there on the Dakota Wesleyan. That's going to go on Randy Rosenquist. That's going to be his first foul. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers. Hastings will play things in. Barnhill has got it. Now to Miles Simon. Down in the corner, that's going to be Hegman with the ball. Hegman's pass is going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Scott. Running back the other way, driving and missing is going to be Dobney, but he's fouled in the play. Broncos turn it away for the first time today. Dobney will go to the free throw line here for Dakota Wesleyan. The foul is going to go on David Hegman. That's going to be his first personal foul. Dobney goes to the line. He's a 74% foul shooter on the season. He's 29 out of 39 from the free throw line this season. His shot is up there. It's going to be good. Dakota Wesleyan, a good foul shooting team. They're hitting 76% from the line, 48% from the field, and 36% from three-point territory. Hastings now leading 7-6. Next shot is up there. It's good by Dobney, and now we're tied up. 7 points apiece here from the Corn Palace. We're 4.5 minutes into the ball game here in this first half. Hegman with the ball, free throw line extended, left side, now to Barnhill. Barnhill dribbles once, gets it to a Miles Simon. Simon's going to drive the ball down the right side of the lane, cuts it for the hole, bounces off a defender, can't put up a shot, now to Binder. Maverick Binder takes it on the dribble down on the baseline. Here's a Hegman, puts a man in the air. Now to Miles Simon for 3, shot is up there, no good. Rebound comes down to Dobney. Jacob Dobney down the near sideline for Dakota Wesleyan. Flips the ball away. That's going to be Rosenquist with the ball. Here's a Dobney. Takes it on the dribble to the free throw line. Out here to Scott for 3. Shot is up there. No good. Rebound. Loose. It's picked up by Hastings. Broncos down the ball. Back the other way. Simon has got it. Holds things up and gives it away down to Ben Boudreau as he brings it into the offensive zone. David Hegman with the ball. Free throw line extended left side. Now to Simon. Out between the circles. Simon down to a Boudreau. Ben Boudreau working out here against the Dobney. Boudreau dribbles to the center of the floor. Now to Hegman. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hegman just inside the ring. Throws up a shot. It's off of the mark. No good. Rebound comes down here to Dakota Wesleyan. Lubers will bring it up the far sideline. Dobney has got the ball. Dobney down to Tampa Scott the 4th as he takes it to the free throw line. Backing up and spinning toward the baseline and throwing up a shot. It's going to be no good. Battle for the rebound. Now we got a foul called. And a shot that goes through the hole. That's going to be Barnhill getting the personal foul. And now we got a free throw. Team foul number 2 on the Broncos. Here comes Hunter Hill into the ball game for the Broncos. Barnhill will check out. Samuel Asselson goes to the free throw line here. His shot is up there, and the shot is going to be no good, so he can't convert on the three-point play. And the rebound comes down to Hastings. So Dakota Wesleyan has now got the lead, 9-7 over Hastings. Hunter Hill with the ball to Maverick Binder for 3. Shot is up there, good. Binder nails the 3 ball. Nope, they're going to give just a 2. They're going to give him just 2 on the play. So Binder hits the long 2-pointer, and that ties up the score at 9 points apiece here. Here's a Dobney with it now for Dakota Wesleyan to Rosenquist. Hastings is in the man-to-man defense. There's a shot up there and in. Samuel Aleeson picking up the field goal. He's now got 6 points in the ball game here for the Tigers. And that gives him a 2-point lead. Here's Binder back with the ball to Miles Simon. His shot good, and he's fouled in the play. Simon gets the field goal here for Hastings. He'll go to the free throw line and try to make this a three-point play. Jacob Dobney picks up the personal foul. That's going to be his first. So it's going to be Simon going to the free throw line, 80% on the season, 16 out of 20. The shot from the line is up there. It is around the rim and down, hung on the lip and goes down through the hole. Three-point play for the Broncos, and Hastings now grabs the lead here in this ball game by a score of 12-11. Tampa Scott the fourth has got the ball back outside, a three-pointer thrown up there by Lubers. No good. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Broncos. It'll be Dakota Wesleyan playing things in off the far sideline. 13:02 to play here in the first half. Hastings 12, Dakota Wesleyan 11. Action from the Great Plains Athletic Conference here this afternoon. Tigers play it in to Rosenquist. Hastings stays with a man-to-man defense. Blaze Lubers has got it. Now to a Randy Rosenquist. Behind his screen, drives it down the lane. The ball poked away. Picked up, and a shot is up there and in. Samuel Leeson scoring there for Dakota Wesleyan. He's now got 8 points in the ball game. That gives the Tigers now a 1-point lead. 13-12 is the score. Boudreau bringing the ball up against some backcourt pressure now from Tampa Scott the fourth. Boudreau sends it inside to Hunter Hill. A shot from point-blank range, no good. Rebound loose. It's going to be picked up here by Tampa Scott. Scott brings her back the other way. The Rosenquist now to Dobney for three. Shot from the corner, no good. Ball poked out. Rosenquist grabs it. Now to a Dobney as he drives the ball to the basket, and a foul is going to be called here on Hastings. Dobney drives the ball to the basket. He's going to be fouled in the play here. Now we'll go to the free throw line. Hunter Hill picks up the foul. That's going to be his first. And going to the free throw line again will be Jacob Dobney for Dakota Wesleyan. Dobney with a couple of free throws in this ball game so far. He is averaging 9.7 on the season here for the Tigers. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. Hits the front hole, and it's a backspin down through the basket there. Dobney, 74% foul shooter in the season. They'll have one more. Shot is up there. That one is going to be short, and the rebound comes down to Hill for Hastings. Down to Boudreau, far sideline. David Hageman with the ball, gets away, drives the ball to the basket. Nice move. His shot good. David Hageman scores. That's his second field goal of the ball game. He's got 4 points. And we're tied up at 14 points apiece here in the first half. Dobney has got the ball now for Dakota Wesleyan. Dobney takes it on the left side of the lane toward the baseline. Comes out here to Tampa Scott. Now to Tyson Stevenson, who's into the ball game. They feed it inside to their big man. Now a foul is going to be called. Foul here will go on Hastings. That's going to go on Hunter Hill. Hill picks up his second personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 4 on the Broncos. Non-shooting situation. Dakota Wesleyan will play things in. Scott has got the ball out here in three-point territory. Now to Tyson Stevenson. Directing traffic right side of the lane. Stevenson has got it, picked up by Boudreau. Down on the right side, a three-pointer thrown up there. It's going to be no good. This team shoots a lot of threes. That was Ethan Dieterman, who just checked into the ball game for Dakota Wesleyan. He misses on the first shot. Binder has got the ball to Hageman. Down to Simon. Strong move to the basket. Drives it all the way to the goal and scores. Miles Simon now with 8 points in the ball game. And the Broncos are out on top by 2, 16-14. There's a Tampa Scott at the free throw line. His pass is going to be tipped, and it's going to be brought down by Hastings. Ball was tipped by Hunter Hill. Taken down by Simon. Hastings back in the offensive zone. Simon has got the ball here. Simon down in the corner to Binder for three. Shot is up there around the rim and down. Maverick Binder throws up the three ball. He's got 5 points in the ball game, and Hastings has got the lead. 19-14. 10.5 minutes to go here in the first half from the Corn Palace in Mitchell. Dieterman has got the ball. He's going to give it away out here to a Lubers. This pass is going to be intercepted. Third turnover now in Dakota Wesleyan. Hunter Hill with the ball. And they travel. Nope, there's going to be a foul called. Foul will go here on the Dakota Wesleyan. Occurred before the shot, I think. It's going to go on Tampa Scott. That's going to be his first. It occurs before the shot, so Hastings will inbound the ball baseline right side underneath their own basket. Broncos have a 5-point lead, 19-15. Here comes Deron Hall into the ball game now for the Broncos. David Hickman will check out. Also coming in is going to be Christian Pujols for the Broncos, and going out will be a Miles Simon, who's had a good ball game so far with 8 points already here in this ball game. David Ogunlade also comes into the ball game for the Broncos. And going out will be a Boudreaux. 19-14 is the score. Hastings with a 5-point lead. Deron Hall looking to inbound the ball here for Hastings. Comes way out on top. Maverick Binder has got it. Dakota Wesleyan in the man-to-man defense. Ogunlade for three. Shot good. Off of the bench, David Ogunlade throws one down from a different area code from the deep left corner. And Hastings has got an 8-point lead. 22-14 here in the ball game. There's Rosenquist with the ball. Rosenquist at the top of the key. He gives it away over there on the left side. Now they get it back to Rosenquist. Dieterman has got it. Down to Rosenquist. Anthony Riggins into the ball game now for Dakota Wesleyan. Here's Rosenquist with the ball. Takes it to the basket. His shot is up there, no good. Ball is poked out of bounds. It was last touched by Hastings. And now the officials will confer with one another. They pointed Dakota Wesleyan's way, but now they will change their mind. They'll give the ball to Hastings. We'll take it here with 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos have a 8-point lead in this one, 22-14. And now I think they're going to come over and chat with the head man here for Dakota Wesleyan. I think they're going to take a look at the replay. That's going to be the case. Gives us a chance to give you the other scores in women's play from earlier today. Northwestern wins over the College of St. Mary's 102-60. Morningside beat Midland 69-61. Dordt over Mount Marty 92-55. Hastings winning earlier today here in Mitchell over Dakota Wesleyan 79-70. Briar Cliff over Concordia 73-56. And it was Doane beating Waldorf today in women's play 78-56. So they take a look at the replay. They're going to give the ball to Hastings, and the Broncos will play things in. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Hastings with a 8-point lead early, 22-14. Deron Hall gives it to Hunter Hill. Now to Deron. Into the forecourt here. Deron Hall moves it to the left side. Ogunlade has got the ball, brings it on the dribble out in three-point territory. In between the circles, Hunter Hill now to Deron Hall. Deron moves it to the basket, drives it all the way to the goal. His shot no good, but he's fouled in the play as he goes tumbling out of bounds, and Deron will go to the free throw line. Blaze Lubers picking up the personal foul for Dakota Wesleyan. That's going to be his first. And Deron Hall to the free throw line now for the Broncos. 71% from the line this season for Deron. He's 41 out of 57 from the free throw line. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. Hastings as a team hitting 76% from the line this season, 44% from the field, and 35% from three-point territory. Next shot is up there. It's going to be no good, and the rebound comes down to Dakota Wesleyan. So Hastings with a 9-point lead, 23-14. 9 minutes and some change left here in the first half. Hastings off to a good start. Rosenquist with the ball. Here's the pass intercepted. Christian Pujols has got the interception. That's the fourth turnover on the Tigers so far here in the first half. Deron Hall now on the dribble, right side of the lane here for the Broncos. Goes to David Ogunlade in the deep left corner. Now to Pujols. Pujols, he works out here against the Dobney. Christian Pujols with the ball at the top of the key. Christian Pujols drives it down the left side of the lane. His shot over Dobney partially deflected. It's picked up by Pujols on the baseline, but he's out of bounds. So it's going to be Dakota Wesleyan bringing the ball back the other direction here. Hastings so far in the ball game hitting 9 out of 15 from the floor, 60%. Dakota Wesleyan 5 out of 14 That is 35%. Hastings with a 9-point lead, 23-14 here. Men's college basketball from Mitchell today. Rosenquist comes out here as a three-pointer. It's up there, no good by Dieterman. Rebound comes down to Hastings. Deron Hall brings it back quickly for the Broncos to Hunter Hill. Now Deron drives it to the basket. His shot is up there. It's good. Deron Hall gets his first field goal of the ball game. Hastings is leading by 11, 25-14 with 7:59 to play here in the first half. Now we got a foul at the other end. It's going to go on Christian Pujols. That's going to be his first. Hegman comes back into the ball game now for the Broncos. Pujols will come out. Luber's back in there now for the Tigers. Going out is going to be Dobney. Here comes Boudreau back into the ball game as well for Hastings, and Binder will get a quick breather. 7:59 to play here in the first half. 25-14. Hastings has got the lead. Now some debris has been found on the court. They'll get that taken care of, and Dakota Wesleyan will inbound the ball. Baseline left side underneath their own basket. Here's a Tampa Scott with the ball now down in the corner. A three-pointer up there and in. A three-pointer by Ethan Dieterman. He throws one down. As a 25-17 ball game now. Broncos have got the lead. Hunter Hill with the ball. He hands it away. Boudreau, he brings it into the offensive zone for the Broncos. 200 pass comes over here to Deron Hall. Now to Hunter Hill. Here's a Deron Hall. Right side of the lane. Hall looking. Finally gets it over here to Hunter Hill to Ben Boudreau. Ben for three from straight away, and he banks one home. Ben Boudreau from the top of the arc there banks one home off of the glass. His first field goal of the ball game. And Hastings is now leading 28-17 here in this first half. Here's a Scott with the ball. Gets it over to a Rosenquist. Now to Scott. He backs up here against David Hegman. Sends it back over to Lubers. This shot for three. Good. Blaze Lubers. That's his second three-pointer of the ball game. He's been hitting 38% of his three-pointers so far this season. It's now an 8-point ball game. Hastings 28, Dakota Wesleyan 20. 6:47 to play here in the first half. Boudreau to the basket. His shot's going to be blocked out of bounds. Getting him blocked there was Ethan Dieterman. Broncos will inbound the ball. Baseline left side underneath their own basket. Hall will play things in. They lob it out here to Hunter Hill. Now to Ben Boudreau. Top of the circle here. 200 pass goes to Deron Hall around the screen. Hall down on the baseline, working with the ball. Bounce pass to Hill. His shot in the paint, good. Hunter Hill scores. That's his first field goal of the ball game. Hastings with a 10-point lead. 30-20 here in the first half with 6:20 to play in this first half. Here's Lubers with the ball. Lubers hands it back to Scott. Tampa Scott takes it on the dribble down on the baseline, and he is hit on the play. David Ogalade picking up the personal foul. That's going to be his first. David checks out. Here comes Simon back into the ball game. 30-20. Broncos have a 10-point lead. Tigers will inbound the ball. Steele Morgan, who's into the ball game. He's got it now at the free throw line. Tries to hand the ball away. Scott has got it as he works against David Hegman. Tampa Scott with the ball. Hegman right on his grill defensively. There's a Rosenquist. His shot for three is up there. It's going to be no good. Rebound Hastings. Broncos have got the ball. Hunter Hill now to Ben Boudreau into the forecourt to Simon. Simon now to David Hegman. There's Boudreau just to the left of the circle for the Broncos. Comes back to David Hegman. There's Miles Simon. Still 15 on the shot clock. Simon takes it down the right side of the lane to Hall. His shot for three is up there. It's going to be no good. Ball poked around and it's picked up here by Tampa Scott. Shot will bring things up now for the Tigers. 10-point ball game. Hastings 30. Dakota Wesleyan 20 as Scott takes the ball to the hole and scores. A clean path to the basket there as Scott drops one home. 30-22 now. The Broncos with an 8-point lead. Hastings with the ball. Hunter Hill has got it now to Boudreau. To Hunter in the lane. His shot is up there too strong. And the rebound is brought down here by the Tigers and a foul called. Hunter Hill After he misses a shot, he's going to be guilty of the foul. That's going to be his third. That's going to be team foul number 7 on Hastings. And now we're going to have some free throws at the other end. Going to the free throw line for Hastings will be Blaze Lubers. Lubers, a 75% foul shooter in the season. Barnhill is back into the ball game now for Hastings. Hunter Hill will check out with 3 personal fouls. 5:02 to play here in the first half. Hastings with an 8-point lead, 30-22. Lubers to the line. His shot is up there and in. Lubers now is 7 in the ball game. He's a 75% foul shooter in the season. He scored 11 in the first meeting between these two teams, won by the Tigers back on December the 7th, 82-77. Next shot is up there. It's off with the back iron. No good, but an offensive rebound. Dieterman gets the offensive board after the missed free throw here for Dakota Wesleyan. So it's a 7-point ball game. 30-23. Hastings with a lead. Rosenquist with the ball here for the Tigers. Now to a Tampa Scott. He throws up a 15-footer from the right side. It's going to be no good. And the ball is rebounded here by the Broncos. Ron Hall got the rebound. Boudreau has got it now. Boudreau into the forecourt to Simon. Simon deep in the corner. Dribbles the ball. Gets into the hands of David Hegman, who's back into the ball game now. Hegman takes it to the baseline on the dribble. Now to Boudreau. 3-pointer is up there. It's going to be no good. Tip try no good. And the rebound is brought down by Rosenquist. Now to a Tampa Scott. It's a 7-point ball game. Dakota Wesleyan with the ball. Deep in the corner. Here's a Morgan with the ball. Down to the top of the key. Driving down the lane is Lubers. A shot blocked down. Lubers gets it back. Goes back up and scores. Blaze Lubers scores. He's now got 9 in the ball game. And now head coach Todd Reardon wants to call a timeout as the Tigers have cut an 11-point lead down to 5 points here with 4:04 to play in the first half. We'll take a break. Hastings 30, Dakota Wesleyan 25. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
You are listening to Extreme Sports. Let's get back to the game with Mike Will.
All right, back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, the Broncos have led by as many as 11 points here in this ball game. And it's now down to 5 at 30-25 with 4:04 to play until halftime. Broncos will inbound the ball. And now Dakota Wesleyan will attack back here in the backcourt. Boudreau will bring things up against Tampa Scott. Boudreau gets it across the timeline. Boudreau gets it to David Hegman. Free throw line extended. Hegman now drives the ball to the basket. His shot is up there. Good. Hangs on the back rim and goes down to the hole. Hegman down with 6. 32-25. Hastings with the lead. 3:35 to play here in the first half. There's a Scott with the ball. Tampa Scott takes it on the left side of the lane, stops and throws up a little 7-footer and scores. Tampa Scott now with 4 in the ball game. 32-27. Hastings still with a 5-point lead. Broncos have the ball. Miles Simon tries to hand it away to Binder. Mishandled, but Simon picks her back up. Now to Binder. 17 on the shot clock. Binder bounce pass here to a Barnhill. Barnhill bounces off a defender, backs up, spins in the lane. His shot's going to be too strong. Rebound comes down to Dakota Wesleyan. Here's Rosenquist with the ball. It's a 5-point ball game. 32-27 down the right side. Rosenquist, his shot no good. Bound for the rebound. Rosenquist grabs it. His shot is up and in. Randy Rosenquist scores, and again, head coach Todd Reardon wants to call a timeout. Doesn't like that as Rosenquist surrounded by Broncos, and Rosenquist grabs the ball and scores, and it's a 3-point ball game. 2:46 to play. Here in the first half, we'll take a break with the score. Hastings 32, Dakota Wesleyan 29.
There's a noticeable difference when you walk into Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. You can't miss the exceptional customer service that we're known for, or the huge emphasis we place on providing unsurpassed vehicle service with experienced technicians and quality parts. And of course, we think big when it comes to giving back to the community that has supported us for so many years. At Tom Dinsdale, we take tremendous pride in serving our friends, family, and neighbors throughout central Nebraska. See for yourself. Stop by Dinsdale CDJR today.
Welcome back to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College athletics.
All right, the Broncos hanging on here to a 3-point lead, 32-29, 2:46 to play in the first half here from Mitchell. And the Broncos had a 11-point lead not long ago. It's dwindled to 3 here, 32-29. Barnhill with the ball now for Hastings. The binder down in the corner to Simon. Simon circles around, takes it into the paint, kicks it out here to Hegman for 3. Shot is up there, no good. Rebound to Rosenquist. Randy Rosenquist now for the Tigers down the far sideline. Dakota Wesleyan can tie the game with a 3-pointer on this possession. Dieterman with the ball. He's going to drive the ball to the basket. His shot good, and he's fouled. Ethan Dieterman scores there for the Tigers. He's now got 5 in the ball game. He is fouled in a play here by the Broncos, and Dieterman will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to go on David Hegman. That's going to be his second personal foul. So Dieterman to the free throw line and trying to tie this baby up. David Oglade comes back into the ball game now for Hastings. Going out is going to be John Barnhill. Also checking in for the Broncos is going to be Duran Hall. Hall comes in. Hegman checks out. Dieterman to the free throw line here for DWU. He is an 85% foul shooter on the season. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. We are tied. The Tigers have come from 11 points down to tie the score now with 2:14 to play. Here's a steal in backcourt. Driving, shooting, and scoring is Samuel Aleeson. He's now got 10 points in the ball game, and the Tigers are on top 34-32 over the Broncos. Hastings getting a bucket here. There's a Simon with the ball. Simon down in the corner. Binder for 3. Shot no good. Oglade has got the rebound. Outlet pass can be intercepted. Rosenquist has got it, running back the other way. Now to Tampa Scott. His shot of the window is good. He's got 6 points in the ball game. And now Hastings will burn another timeout. So 3 timeouts here for head coach Todd Ritter in the past minute or so. We'll take a break with 1:42 to play in the first half. It's now Dakota Wesleyan 36, Hastings 32 on Extreme Sports.
Since 1955, Bob Sass Flowers has been a part of the Hastings community. We're not just about flowers, though. We do offer the finest floral arrangements, all backed by friendly, prompt service and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. At Bob Sass Flowers, every customer matters, and we're dedicated to making your shopping experience one to remember. But there's more to discover. From blue Capri candles and diffusers to My Saint, My Hero bracelets, Sober Dough bread, and Daydreams greeting cards, our unique gift collection has something for everyone. Looking for the perfect baby gift? Explore our selection from Bella Tunno and Mud Pie. Come see us at Bob Sass Flowers, where quality, service, and community come together.
Dakota Wesleyan on a 16-2 run over Hastings in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. There's a Binder with the ball now for the Broncos. Hastings trailing by 4 points at 36-32. And a traveling violation now on Miles Simon. Third turnover on the Broncos. Hastings had a 30-20 lead with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play. It is now a 36-32 ball game. Dakota Wesleyan on a 16-2 run over Hastings. And the Tigers will have the ball following the Hastings turnover. So here come the Tigers back in their offensive zone. Scott has got the ball. Tampa Scott. Broncos staying with their man-to-man defense. Tampa Scott has got the ball. Comes across the top. Now driving the ball to the basket and scoring there is Ethan Dieterman. Dieterman has got 8 points in the ball game. It's now 38-32. Here's another turnover on Hastings. That's their 4th of the ball game. Here come the Tigers back the other way. The shot is up and in, and a foul is going to be called. Samuel Leeson scoring there for the Tigers. He's now got 12 points in the game. He'll go to the free throw line and try to make this a three-point play. The foul is going to go on Binder. That's going to be his first. And Leeson will go to the free throw line here for the Tigers. It's now a 40-32 ball game. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead over Hastings. A 20-2 run. The shot is up there. It's going to be no good, and the rebound comes down to the Broncos. 44 seconds to play here in the first half. Hastings now down by 8 points after leading by 10 with 6 minutes to go in this half. There's a Duran Hall dribbling with the ball. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Duran with the ball. Duran gives it here to Pujols. His shot for three is going to be no good. Rebound comes into the corner, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Hastings' ball. The Broncos will play things in. Giving chase was Ethan Dieterman for Dakota Wesleyan, but he goes sliding out of bounds. He couldn't get to the ball. Hastings will play things in. Baseline right side underneath their own basket here. They'll put 20 seconds up on the shot clock, and that's what we got on the game clock, 20.1 to be exact. There's a throw into the backcourt. It's going to be taken down by Lubers. Lubers with a steal. He takes it the distance and scores. Lubers with 11 in the ball game. 42-32. 9 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's a Hall with the ball. He drives it to the basket, throws it down in the corner to Pujols. His shot is no good, but he's fouled in the play from three-point territory. With 2.1 seconds to play, Tampa Scott, the fourth, commits the personal foul, and that's going to send Pujols to the free throw line and trying to stop the bleeding here. It's 42-32. A 22-2 run for the Tigers here in the past 6 minutes of this ball game. Pujols to the free throw line. His shot is up there, good. Pujols gets one. He'll have a couple of more as he was hacked in the act out there in the three-point territory from the deep left corner. Pujols, a good foul shooter, 83%. 42-33 is the score now. Here comes the next shot by Pujols. It is up and in. Eli Puddle comes into the ball game now for Duran Hall with 2.1 seconds to play. Here in this first half, it's now a 42-34 ball game. Pujols will have one more. The shot is up there good, so he gets to the line and hits a three. Dakota Wesleyan will inbound the ball. They'll throw it down the floor here. It's going to be grabbed by Lubers, and it's going to be blocked out of his hands as he goes up with a shot, and that's the end of the first half of play. Well, it looked good for Hastings. We had an 11-point lead at one time. We had a 10-point lead with about 6 minutes to go in the first half at 30-20. But Dakota Wesleyan goes on a 22-5 run over Hastings to end the half. And the score at halftime is going to be Dakota Wesleyan 42, Hastings 35. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Extreme Sports.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you with the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
What they sound like. Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
Hey, Hastings, looking for the best midweek pick-me-up? Look no further than Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. It's Wing Night Wednesday, where our wings are legendary, crispy, saucy, and just downright delicious. I'm telling you, Bullseye's wings are out of this world. Choose from a variety of mouth-watering flavors and let your taste buds take flight. Need something to quench your thirst? Buy a draft beer and you get to keep the glass. Gather your wing-loving crew and join us every Wednesday at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Because when it's hump day, we wing it.
You are locked into Extreme Sports.
Industrial Irrigation Services has proudly supplied reliable horsepower to the industrial engine market since 1955. Our entire team is dedicated to fostering long-term relationships with our customers and key suppliers. Honesty and integrity make up the foundation that our business is built upon. Our entire team is ready to deliver the best sales, engineering, parts, and service support you have come to expect over many decades. No matter your industry or the rigorous demands of your application, our team of experts stand ready to serve you. We have been serving our customers and friends for over a half-century, and we look forward to continuing to provide you with the absolute best industrial engine packages and services for generations to come. When you need a solution for your industrial needs, don't just buy horsepower. Invest in reliable horsepower.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all three streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all three streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
It's time for the Halftime Show. Brought to you by the Family Medical Center of Hastings, your family's home for healthcare since 1963.
I'm back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota here this afternoon. Hastings trailing at the break, 42-35. Things look good for the Broncos early. They build a 10-point lead at 30-20 with about 6 minutes to go in this first half, but then boy, turnovers and missed opportunities for the Broncos, and Dakota Wesleyan goes on a 22-5 run over the final 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this first half, and the Broncos find themselves now trailing by 7 at the break, 42-35. Scoring in the ball game for Hastings, we've got Miles Simon with 8 points in the contest so far. 6 for David Hegman. 5 points for Maverick Binder. We got 3 points from Duran Hall. 3 points for Ben Boudreau. 3 for David Ogolade. And 3 for Christian Puholtz. 2 points for Hunter Hill and 2 points for John Barnhill. For the Tigers, they're being led so far by Samuel Elison. He has got 12 points in the ball game. Blaze Lubers has got 11. 8 points for Ethan Dieterman. 6 for Tampa Scott IV. Jacob Dobney's got 3 points, and Randy Rosenquist has got 2. You're going to score at halftime 42 35. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead over the Broncos. Hastings hitting 50% from the field here in the first half. They're 13 out of 26. Dakota Wesleyan 17 out of 30. That's 56.7%. Hastings 5 out of 10 on three-pointers for 50%. The Tigers are 3 out of 10 for 30. Free throws, Hastings 5 out of 6, 83%. The Tigers are 5 out of 9 for 55%. 5 turnovers for Hastings and 4 turnovers for Dakota Wesleyan. Rebounds, we've got the Tigers with 16 and Hastings with 10. Here's the score at halftime. Dakota Wesleyan 42, Hastings 35. You're listening to the halftime show brought to you by the Family Medical Center of Hastings. We'll have more after this. You are listening to Bronco Basketball.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you with the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Again, at halftime, it is a 42-35 ball game. Hastings is trailing Dakota Wesleyan. Again, in the first ball game, Hastings knocked off Dakota Wesleyan by the score of 79-70 as the Broncos get the win today. Mariah Avila led the way for the Broncos. She had 18 points. McKenna Yates had 12 points. Gentry Marks had 10, so 3 Broncos in double figures. Hastings winning over Dakota Wesleyan in the first game, 79-70. The Broncos now 12-5 in the season. They are 7-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. They'll play host to Doane on Wednesday night. The other scores from the GPAC on the women's side of things. Northwestern beats the College of St. Mary's today, 102-60 in Orange City. Morningside picked up a win over Midland, 69-61 in Sioux City. Dordt routed Mount Marty today in Sioux Center, 92-55. Hastings with a win here in Mitchell over Dakota Wesleyan, 79-70. Briar Cliff winners over Concordia in Sioux City, 73-56. And in Forest City, Iowa today, Doane took care of Waldorf by the score of 78-56. Men's games going on. Halftime score, Dordt is out on top of Mount Marty, 34-20. 9 minutes to play in the game. In Sioux City, Concordia is leading Briar Cliff 43-28. Halftime score, Morningside is out on top of Midland, 44-40. Dakota Wesleyan leading here 42-36 or 42-35 over Hastings officially at halftime. And Waldorf has got the lead over Doane. They're at halftime. The score is 31-28. Again, at halftime, Hastings College trailing Dakota Wesleyan by 7 points, 42-35. That's the halftime show. We got the second half coming up. You are listening to Bronco Basketball.
The halftime show has been brought to you by the Family Medical Center of Hastings, your family's home for healthcare since 1963. Stay tuned. The second half is coming up on your exclusive home for Bronco sports, Extreme Sports.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At Bosselman Energy Companies, we take pride in being a trusted partner to our customers, a strong presence in the communities we serve, and a family business that truly cares. Founded in Grand Island in 1948, Bosselman Energy has grown into a diverse group of companies with locations across the Midwest. We supply local communities with essential petroleum products that fuel farms, power industries, and heat homes. With over 70 years of industry experience, Bosselman Energy remains committed to the principles that have guided us from the beginning, ensuring our continued success for generations to come.
Need a power boost after a serious workout? Stick with the original recovery drink. Highland Dairy's chocolate milk contains 13 essential nutrients, including protein and electrolytes, helping you build muscle and hydrate better than water. Our Chocolicious milk is perfect for building healthy bones in little ones and maintaining bone health in adults. It's chocolate milk with no artificial growth hormones, and it's locally made, so you know you're getting the best for your body. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Are you ready for some football? Come on down to Bullseyes every Sunday. We have the NFL Pro Package. Watch all of your games on the big screen all season long. Every Saturday, we have the Big Red Bloody Mary bar for $10. If you can think of it, we can build it. From pickle vodka, jalapeno vodka, and even cucumber vodka. Buckets of beer, Jell-O shots, and giveaways every weekend. The world famous Bullseyes across from the water park on West 2nd Street in Hastings.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota, halftime with the men's ball game, 42-35. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead over Hastings after the Broncos gave up a 22-5 run in the final 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this first half. Hastings at 1 point and a 10-point lead, but now we'll have to battle from behind here in the second half as they trail by 7 points, 42-35. Broncos will return home next week. We've got 2 home games. Wednesday night, we'll take on Doane at Lynn Farrell Arena. Women's game will go at 6 with the guys at 7:45 on the air with the pregame show at about 5:45 on Wednesday night. Saturday afternoon, a week from today, we'll be at home to take on Morningside. 2 o'clock for the women's game. 3:45 for the guys on the air with the pregame at 1:45 next Saturday. So a couple of home games next week for the Broncos. Wednesday against Doane and Saturday against Morningside. 42-35 here at the break. Samuel Leeson has got 12 points for the Tigers here at the break. Leading the way so far for Hastings is Miles Simon. He has got 8 points in the ball game. We'll see what the Broncos can do here in the second half. They played well for the first 14 minutes of the ball game, but gave up that big run at the end. And now we're playing from behind again, 42-35. So it's going to be, looks like the Tigers will inbound the ball to begin this second half of play. And we're ready to go. 42-35 is the score. Hastings is trailing. Dakota Wesleyan now with the ball. There's a Rosenquist. They get it to a Tampa Scott. He moves it to the left side of the lane. There's a Dobney. Hastings still in the man-to-man defense. Rosenquist has got it to a Leeson inside. Picked up by Barnhill. His shot is up there. It's going to be no good. Ball poked around. Picked up here by Hastings. Boudreaux will bring things up now against Jacob Dobney. Dobney pokes it away. Picked up here by Ben Boudreaux. Now to Barnhill at the top of the key. Hands it back here to a Boudreaux. Has problems with a dribble. Picks her back up. It's into the hands of David Hagman. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Barnhill with the ball to Hagman. Free throw line extended right side. Hagman takes it to the free throw line. It's to be blocked down by Tampa Scott. Ball brought down here by Dakota Wesleyan. Rosenquist with the ball. Rosenquist outside to a Leeson. Working back around, that's going to be Tampa Scott with the ball. Drives it down the right side of the lane. His shot is up there. It's going to be no good. Rebound comes down to Boudreau. Ben will bring it up himself. He gets it to the 10-second line now. That's a Maverick Binder with the ball. Binder behind the Barnhill. Barnhill is knocked down. No foul called. There's a Miles Simon with the ball. Simon down to a Hegman. Over to Boudreau on the wing on the left side. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They feed it inside to Barnhill. He bounces off a defender. Puts him out in the end and puts it up there left-handed and scores. Nice move there by John Barnhill. That's his second field goal of the ball game. He's got 4 points and the Broncos back to within 5. 42-37. Here's a Rosenquist with the ball. Rosenquist gets it up on top, and Lubers drives the ball to the basket and has it knocked out of his hands out of bounds. Dakota Wesleyan will play things in. Baseline right side underneath their own basket. Just underway here in the second half. 18-17 remaining in the ball game. Here's a Tampa Scott. He goes inside here to Leeson. His shot is up there, no good, but he's fouled in the play here by John Barnhill. Barnhill picks up his second personal foul. Team foul number 1 on Hastings here in the second half. Going to the free throw line will be Samuel Leeson for the Tigers. He has got 12 points in the ball game. He is 0 for 2 from the free throw line today. His shot is up there. It's going to be good. He had 13 points the last time these two teams played back in the early part of December. He's averaging 15.6 on the season. He's their leading scorer as he will toe the mark here. His shot is up there, and the shot is good. So Samuel Leeson hits a couple of free throws. That makes it now a 7-point ball game again at 44-37. We're about 2 minutes into the second half here from the Corn Palace in Mitchell. Ben Boudreau with the ball. Down to a Barnhill. Here's a David Hegman now. David, left side of the lane, lobs it into the paint to Barnhill. He is trapped. He is double teamed. The ball poked away. And a turnover on Hastings, our 6th of the ball game. Tampa Scott, the 4th, comes running back the other way to a Rosenquist. Here's a Dobney with the ball. Drives it down the left side of the lane to the goal against Boudreau and scores. Jacob Dobney scoring there for Dakota Wesleyan. It's now a 46-37 ball game. A 9-point lead for the Tigers early in the second half. Hegman with the ball, splits a couple of defenders, goes for the basket. His shot is up there, no good. Tip try, no good. Rebound Hegman, foul shot is good, but it won't count. We got a foul before the shot. It's going to go on D-Dub. Personal foul here on the Tigers. It's going to go on Blaze Lubers. That's going to be his second personal foul. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers. Non-shooting situation for Hastings. Broncos playing things in. Simon with the ball. Now to a Ben Boudreau, left side of the lane. Boudreau out here in 3-point territory. Looking to drive it against Dobney. He's cut off. Here's a Hegman with the ball on the far sideline. Hegman lobs it into the paint. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Lubers back the other way. Now to Rosenquist. He has it knocked away, and a kicking violation is called on the play here. Just going to be Dakota Wesleyan playing things in. Broncos now with 7 turnovers in the ball game. Dakota Wesleyan has got 4. We're 3 minutes into the second half here. It's a 46-37 ball game. Hastings is trailing. Here's a Lubers with the ball. Now to Rosenquist. A Lubers. Now to Jacob Dobney. His shot is up there good, just inside the ring. Jacob Dobney scoring there. He's now got 7 points in the ball game. And now the Tigers have a double-digit lead, 48-37 after Hastings led by 10 in the first half. The Broncos are now down by 11. There's Boudreau. He scores off of the window. Ben Boudreau is out 5 in the ball game. Now Hastings down by 9 here in the second half. Dobney with the ball. Sends it inside to Rosenquist. Tries to put Simon in the air and can't do it. Now a double dribble violation. Double dribble violation is called on the Rosenquist. That's going to be turnover number 5 in the ball game now for Dak West. Here comes a Pujols into the ball game now. Boudreau will check out for Hastings with 16:19 to play in the game. Maverick Binder has got the ball for Hastings. Binder brings it up against Dobney. Binder gets into the offensive zone. Goes over to Pujols now on the wing on the left side. Christian Pujols. He works against Tampa Scott. Moves it down on the baseline on the dribble. Comes out here now to a David Hagman back inside. A shot is up and in by Barnhill. Barnhill wide open. Pujols got on the ball. Barnhill scores. Barnhill now is 6 in the ball game. 48-41. Broncos down by 7. Dakota Wesleyan with the ball. A pass there is going to be tipped and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by the Broncos. David Hagman gets the ball here for the Broncos back into the offensive zone. Maverick Binder now to Hagman deep in the corner. 15.5 to play in the ball game. 48-41. Hastings down by 7. They lob it inside again to Barnhill. They collapse on him. Pujols now left side to Binder for 3. Shot is up there, no good. Simon with a rebound. Simon now to Binder for 3. Shot good. Maverick Binder hits the three-pointer. He's got 8 in the ball game, and the Broncos are back to within 4. 48-44. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead. Aleason has got the ball out here at the top of the key. He hands the ball away. That's Lubers with it now. Lubers to Dobney. Bounce pass goes right side of the lane. That's going to be Aleason. Nice pass underneath the Lubers, and his shot is up and in. Lubers gets the field goal. Aleason gets the assist. And we've got a timeout called here by Dakota Wesleyan. Timeout called by the Tigers. 14:49 to play in the game. Dakota Wesleyan 50, Hastings 44. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bronco basketball on Extreme Sports.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Let's get back to Hastings College basketball on Extreme Sports.
Mike Will back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota today. 50-44 is the score. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead. Hastings won the women's game earlier today. Broncos picking up a big win over the 17th ranked team in the country in DAC West. 79-70. Raya Vila had 18 points for the Broncos in the ball game today. Led the way. McKenna Yates had 12 points. Gentry Marks had 10. Broncos improved to 12-5 in the season, 7-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Hastings College men, we are trailing here 50-44 after the Broncos had a 11-point lead in the first half. Hagman with the ball for the Broncos. Hagman stops in the wing, sends it down to Pujols on the baseline. He dribbles the ball into the paint, throws up a shot. It's going to be no good. And the rebound is loose, and a foul is going to be called here. I think Pujols is going to be guilty of a push. Christian Pujols picks up his second personal foul. That's going to be team foul number 2 on the Broncos here in this second half of play. 6-point ball game, 50-44. Dakota Wesleyan with the lead. Hastings drops back in their man-to-man defense. Tampa Scott with the ball right at the top of the arc. Sends it to a Rosenquist. Bounce pass goes inside, and the shot is up and in. Steele, Morgan sliding to the hole. They got him the ball, and Morgan scores off of the window. 52-44 now. Hastings trailing in the ball game. Pujols with the ball. Pujols now to Maverick Binder. Wanted to pull the trigger from 3. Does not. Binder gets it to a Miles Simon. Now to Binder again. 15 on the shot clock. To Hunter Hill. To Binder. He drives into the basket. His shot no good. Oh, a traveling violation. Traveling violation is called on Maverick Binder. Turnover number 8 in the ball game now for the Broncos. But here come the Tigers back the other way with an 8-point lead. 52-44. There's a Rosenquist with the ball. Rosenquist on the dribble. Comes out to Lubers. His shot for 3 is up there. In and out, no good. Rebound, Morgan. His shot is up and in. Steele Morgan gets the offensive board and the putback. And he's got the last 4 points in the ball game now for the Tigers. It's a 10-point ball game. 54-44, 13 minutes and 16 seconds to play here in the basketball game. Maverick Binder with the ball on the wing. There's a foul. It's going to be called here on the Dak West. Foul's going to go on Rosenquist. That's going to be his second. 54-44 is the score. Hastings will play things in on the far side. David Hagman with the ball. Now to Pujols here at the top of the key. Picked up by Morgan. He sends it over to the right side to Hagman. Now to Miles Simon as he drives the ball to the basket to the hole. A shot good. Miles Simon has now got 10 points in the ball game. That ties his season high. Also had 10 that he put up against the Briar Cliff earlier this season. Good ball game today for Miles Simon. 54-46 is the score. Hastings trailing in the ball game. Here's Dobney with the ball. Dobney to the free throw line. Works against the Pujols. Ball knocked loose and it's brought down here by Hastings. Turnover on Dakota Wesleyan. Binder has got the ball. Binder hustles back the other way to Pujols on the wing. Christian with the ball. Works against Dobney. Pujols dribbles behind his back trying to get the ball to the hole. Sends it down in the corner now to Binder. His shot for three is good. Maverick Binder hits the three ball. He's got 11 in the ball game. And the Broncos are within 5 points again. 54-49. 12 minutes and some change left here in the ball game. Jacob Dobney with the ball. Dobney goes underneath the hole and a shot up and in by Randy Rosenquist. Rosenquist now with 4 in the ball game. And now we've got a timeout called by Dakota Wesleyan. Timeout Tigers. 11:53 to play in the game. Dakota Wesleyan 56. Hastings 49. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
If you experience heating problems this winter, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a locally owned family business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
Welcome back to Hastings College Basketball with Mike Will.
All right, 56-49 is the score. Hastings trailing Dakota Wesleyan here. Men's college basketball, Pujols with the ball. Pujols drives the ball to the basket. His shot is up there, no good, too strong. And the rebound comes down to Aleson for Dakota Wesleyan. He gives it away to Tampa Scott. Tampa Scott on the dribble brings her back against David Hagman. Tampa stops at the free throw line. There's a nice cut to the basket, and scoring again is a steal, Morgan. Morgan has come off of the bench and has scored the last of 6 points here for Dakota Wesleyan. 58-49. Hastings trailing. Here's Binder for three. Shot good. Mavericks keeping us in this thing. Maverick Binder has now got 14 in the ball game. 58-52. Hastings down by 6. There's a Dieterman in the ball game now. Ethan Dieterman, he's got the ball now to Dobney. And Dobney was out of bounds. He got the ball on the far sideline and he stepped out of bounds. A turnover on the Tigers. That's going to be their 8th of the ball game. Dobney is going to come out now. Coming back in there is going to be Blaze Lubers. 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the game. Dakota Wesleyan 58. Hastings 52, and the Broncos have the ball. Hagman has got it back into the forecourt here to David Ogolade, who's back into the ball game for the Broncos. Now to Binder. Binder sends it over to Pujols. Pujols to David Ogolade. Now to Hagman, right side of the lane. Hagman steps back and takes a three, and a shot good. David Hagman hits the three-pointer. He's got 9 points in the ball game, and now a timeout's going to be called by Dakota Wesleyan. 10:21 to play. The Broncos are within 3 points. We'll take a break with a score. Tigers 58 and the Broncos 55. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Bronco basketball on Extreme Sports.
There's a noticeable difference when you walk into Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. You can't miss the exceptional customer service that we're known for, or the huge emphasis we place on providing unsurpassed vehicle service with experienced technicians and quality parts. And of course, we think big when it comes to giving back to the community that has supported us for so many years. At Tom Dinsdale, we take tremendous pride in serving our friends, family, and neighbors throughout central Nebraska. See for yourself. Stop by Dinsdale CDJR today.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
All right, 10:21 to play in the ball game. Hastings is now within 3 points. 58-55. The Broncos looking for their first conference win of the season. And the Broncos are looking to break a 14-game losing streak. Here this afternoon, we had a 10-point lead or an 11-point lead at one point of the first half before Dakota Wesleyan went on a 22-5 run in the final 6 minutes of the first half to grab the lead at halftime by 7. Broncos are now down by 3. 58-55. Dakota Wesleyan with the ball. Tampa Scott has got the ball here. Tampa stops right at the top of the key. Gives the ball away to a Dieterman. On the wing down the left side. That's going to be Steele Morgan, who has scored 6 quick points here for Dakota Wesleyan. There's a shot by Tampa. It's going to be up there. No good. Rebound Hastings. Binder with a rebound for the Broncos. Brings it into the offensive zone. Now to David Ogalade out here in three-point territory. Dakota Wesleyan still in a man-to-man defense. Pools has got it on the wing on the right side. Brings it to the center of the floor. Goes over to Ogalade. Now to Miles Simon. Out here to Pujols for three. His shot is up there. It's going to be short. Rebound Scott. Tampa will bring her back now for the Tigers. 3-point ball game. Dakota Wesleyan with the lead. There's a Tampa Scott with the ball. He slips down to the hardwood here. The scramble is on. We got a timeout called by Dakota Wesleyan. It looked like Tampa had possession of the ball, but he slips down here to the hardwood, and Dakota Wesleyan will call a timeout as officials will huddle here. 9 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the basketball game. We'll take a break with a score. Wesleyan 58, Hastings 55 on Extreme Sports.
Since 1955, Bob Sass Flowers has been a part of the Hastings community. We're not just about flowers, though. We do offer the finest floral arrangements, all backed by friendly, prompt service and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. At Bob Sass Flowers, every customer matters, and we're dedicated to making your shopping experience one to remember. But there's more to discover. From blue Capri candles and diffusers to my Saint, my Hero bracelets, Sober Dough Bread, and Daydreams greeting cards, our unique gift collection has something for everyone. Looking for the perfect baby gift? Explore our selection from Bella Tunno and Mud Pie. Come see us at Bob Sass Flowers, where quality, service, and community come together.
You are listening to Extreme Sports. Let's get back to the game with Mike Will.
I'm back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota, 58-55. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead here in this one with 9 minutes and 18 seconds to play. Tigers going to inbound the ball here off of the near sideline. So 58-55. Again, Hastings won the women's ball game earlier today over the 17th ranked Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, winning by the score of 79-70. Broncos will play host to Doane on Wednesday night at Lynn Farrell Arena, beginning with the women's game at 6 o'clock. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Broncos sports for the 2024-2025 season. Tampa Scott with the ball. to Leeson now. He takes the ball to the free throw line, double teamed. He throws up a shot. It's going to be no good. At the end of the shot clock, it did not draw iron. So Hastings will have it. It'll be a shot clock violation on Dakota Wesleyan. Their 9th turnover of the ball game. Back into the ball game now for the Tigers will be Randy Rosenquist. Steele Morgan will go out. Hastings will inbound the ball. Dakota Wesleyan will attack back here. Maverick Binder will bring the ball up now for the Broncos. Hastings down by 3. 58 to 55 is the score. Here's a Pujols with the ball, left side of the lane. Pujols dribbles once and goes to David Ogulade. David with the ball at the top of the key, dribbling with the ball. Ogulade now with 8 seconds left in the shot clock, pulls up and shoots a 12-footer, misses. Rebound comes down to Rosenquist. Now to Scott. Tampa brings it into the offensive zone here for the Tigers. The Rosenquist. Here's a Dieterman. He takes the ball underneath the basket. A reverse layup is good. Ethan Dieterman scores. He's got 10 points in the ball game. It's 60 to 55. Dakota Wesleyan with the lead with 8:12 remaining here in the ball game. Here's a Binder with the ball for Hastings. To David Hagman, right side of the key. To David Ogulade on the wing. David dribbles once, comes out to Binder. Comes over to Pujols, and he is going to be fouled on the play here. Fouled on the play by Dieterman. That's going to be his first. Team foul number 3 on Wesleyan here in the second half of play. Boudreaux comes back into the ball game now for Hastings. Pujols will check out. 7:57 to play in the game. 60 to 55. Here comes Duron Hall back into the ball game for the Broncos. Going out is going to be David Hagman. Also coming into the ball game for the Broncos will be Eli Puddle. Puddle comes in. David Ogulade will go to the bench. 7:57 to play in the game. 60 to 55. Hastings down by 5 points. Puddle has got the ball for the Broncos. Now to Maverick Binder. Here's Duron Hall inside the free throw circle. Goes over to Puddle with the ball now. Puddle looking to penetrate. Spins right side of the lane. Comes out to Duron. Steps back. Throws up a long-range jumper. Good. Foot was on the line. A 2-pointer there by Duron Hall. He's now got 5 points in the ball game. 60 to 57. Hastings again trailing by 3 here in the second half from the Corn Palace. Broncos were able to win here last year. Looking to repeat here. Here's Dieterman with the ball. Dieterman comes out to Dobney. Dieterman gets the ball back deep in the left corner. He drives the ball all the way to the basket and scores. Ethan Dieterman scoring there. He's now got 12 points in the ball game. 62-57. Hastings down by 5. Broncos have it. Puddles got the ball out here in 3-point territory. Now to Ben Boudreaux. There's Binder down the lane. His shot no good, but he's fouled in the play. Maverick Binder will go to the free throw line. He was hacked in the act here by the Tigers. Rosenquist picks up the foul. That's going to be his third. So Binder will go to the free throw line. Maverick Binder has got 14 points in the ball game. One of our better foul shooters on the team at 91%, and that one falls off of the right side. No good. Binder will have one more. 62-57. Hastings trailing by 5 points here in the ball game. Binder's next shot is up there. It's good. So it's 1 out of 2. 4-point ball game. Hastings lost their last game to Midland at home the other night by 5 points. Had plenty of chances to win that ball game and lost 81-76. Broncos have been close. We just haven't been able to get over the hump here in the conference this year. 0-9 coming into the ball game here today. There's a bounce pass inside as Leeson was fouled in the play by Puddle. Eli Puddle picks up the personal foul. That's going to be his first. That's going to be team foul number 3 on the Broncos here in the second half, a non-shooting situation. Dobney will inbound the ball to Rosenquist. Bounce pass goes inside to Leeson. He spins against Miles Simon. His shot good, and he's fouled in the play. Samuel Leeson scores. He's now got 16 in the ball game. And he's fouled in the play here by Simon. Miles picks up his first personal foul. And now the Tigers have a 6-point lead with Samuel Leeson going to the free throw line. Samuel's got 16 in the ball game. He averages 15.6 on the year. He had 13 in the first meeting between these two teams. So Leeson again is in double figures as he eyes the bucket, lets it fly. Shot is short, no good. Rebound comes down to Hastings. Deron Hall has got the ball for the Broncos. Hastings trailing by 6. 6:21 to play. Deron sends it out here to Puddle. Bounces off the defender, now to Miles Simon. Simon here at the top of the key, being pressured. Simon gets rid of it. Down to a Deron Hall. Takes it to the free throw line. Deron still on the dribble. He stops. Now to Maverick Binder out here on the wing. Binder trying to penetrate. Moves it down in the corner. And now we got a pass that's going to be deflected. It goes out of bounds. But Binder would try to grab it down there in the corner, and he was out of bounds. So it's going to be a turnover on Hastings. And Dakota Wesleyan will get the ball now with 5:59 to play in the second half. It's a 64-58 ball game. Hastings is trailing. Here comes Tampa Scott coming back the other way to Dieterman. Now to Tampa, swings the left side to Dobney. Lobs it inside now to Leeson. His reverse layup is up and in. Samuel Leeson scores. He's got 18 in the ball game. The Broncos cannot stop the baseline. Dakota Wesleyan getting to the hole here. 66-58. Broncos are trailing. Binder here at the top of the key. Now to Boudreaux. He tries to drive the ball inside, and the pass is going to be deflected, but a foul is going to be called here. Foul here is going to go on Tampa Scott. That's going to be his third. Hastings will inbound the ball, baseline left side underneath their own basket. Binder checks out. Here comes Pujols back into the ball game. Hastings is down by 8. So playing things in. Barnhill has got it. Now to Boudreaux. Boudreaux, two-handed pass comes across the top to get it over to David Hegman. Hegman behind his screen has still got the ball. Hegman takes it to the free throw line. Hegman with 7 seconds puts up a shot. Good. David Hegman scores. He's got 11 points in the ball game. Broncos within 6. 66-60. Tampa Scott has got the ball. Tampa now to Dobney. To Dieterman. Now to Jacob Dobney. Here's a Scott with it now. Moves it over to Dieterman. To Scott out here in three-point territory. To Dieterman. Bounce pass to Leeson. He works against the Barnhill. He puts up a shot left-handed and scores. Samuel Leeson scores there against the Barnhill. Leeson now with 20 in the ball game. And Dakota Wesleyan has an 8-point lead with 4.5 to play. 68-60. Tigers have the lead. Deron drives it. He tries to shovel the ball away. It's mishandled by Barnhill. Dobney comes back the other way. And driving for the hole is going to be Lubers, and a shot good. Blaze Lubers scores on the Hastings turnover. And now the Broncos want to call a timeout. 4 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the game. And now the Tigers have a 10-point lead. It's Dakota Wesleyan 70, Hastings 60. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
Rev up your energy and fuel your body with the protein punch you've been craving. When it comes to nutrition, Highland Dairy has a wide range of locally made products. Discover tasty ways to a stronger, healthier you with Highland's range of yogurts, smoothies, flavored milk, and cottage cheese. For parents with picky eaters and trendsetters looking to jump on the revival of cottage cheese, Highland has what you need to hit your protein goals. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Let's get back to Hastings College basketball on Extreme Sports.
Mike Will back here at the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. Hastings College basketball for you today here on Extreme Sports. Hastings College women won the first game over 17th ranked Dakota Wesleyan, 79-70. Hastings College men now trailing here In the second contest, it's 70-60. Dakota Wesleyan has got the lead. Hastings will have it here. Ben Boudreau will bring things up against Tampa Scott. Boudreau behind the screen from Pujols. Sends it now to Binder. Binder drives it toward the goal. Shovels the ball across the lane down to Duran Hall. Now down in the corner. A three-pointer by Hegman, no good. Foul call on the rebound. Tampa Scott ends up on the floor here for Dakota Wesleyan, but a foul is going to be called in Tampa. That's going to be his third foul. Hastings will play things in. Hunter Hill has got the ball now to Ben Boudreau. Here's Duran Hall at the free throw line. A jumper is up there, good. Third field goal of the ball game for Duran. He's got 7 points in the ball game. Hastings now within 8 points. It's 70-62. Getting some stops here on defense. 3:40 to play. Here's a Dobney. He works against Boudreau. He goes to the basket and scores. Jacob Dobney, he scores. He's got 9 in the ball game. Broncos cannot stop the dribble drive to the hole here today. Here's a Hunter Hill with the ball down to David Hegman. His shot from 15 is going to be short. That's going to be brought down by Dobney. Dobney down to Tampa Scott. Tampa down the far sideline with 3:13 to go. It's a 10-point ball game. 72-62. Dobney inside the free throw circle. A shot no good. Boudreau with a rebound for the Broncos. Ben will bring it up. He winds his way up the floor. Gets it to Hunter Hill. Now to Boudreau. Spins right side of the lane. Jump pass out here to Hegman. Hegman on the wing. Now to Duran. Brings it back to Hegman. His shot up there for 3. No good. Rebound. Comes down here to Tampa Scott. Tampa will bring it up with 2:24 to play. 72-62. Broncos are down by 10 points here. Tampa Scott with the ball out here in 3-point territory. They're not going to be anxious to throw up any shot here. Tampa with the ball against the Boudreau, not a Dobney. Here's a Dieterman with Al. They lob it inside. That's Aleason. His shot is no good, but he's fouled in the play as he is knocked down. Knocked down in the play, and Aleason will go to the free throw line here for the Tigers. Foul's going to go on Hunter Hill. That's going to be his fourth. Aleason to the line here for Dakota Wesleyan. He's leading the way. He's got 20 points in the ball game. Game high 20 right now. For Samuel Aleason is the big guy who will toe the mark here for the Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan. His shot is up there. It's good. Aleason is 6'7" senior from Howard, South Dakota. He is now 3 out of 6 from the free throw line today. 21 points in the ball game. Hunter Hill checks out. Here comes Christian Pujols back into the ball game for the Broncos. 73-62. Tigers have an 11-point lead. Next shot is up there. It's going to be around the rim. Falls off on the left side. No good. Offensive rebound. Lubers goes up, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Lubers as he gave a shoulder into Ben Boudreau, and he falls down. Lubers picks up the offensive charge. That's going to be his third. So it's an 11-point ball game, 73-62. If you're just joining us, Hastings had an 11-point lead in the first half, and in the final 6 minutes of the first half, they gave up a 22-5 run, and we really haven't recovered after that. Here's a Duran for 3. Shot is up there. It's going to be no good. Rebound, Aleason for Dakota Wesleyan. It's an 11-point ball game, 73-62, and the Broncos are trailing here in this one and in danger of losing their 15th straight game and their 10th straight game in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Now a foul is going to be called here on Simon. Simon couldn't get around Aleason and picks up the personal foul. Now we're going to have let's see, that's going to be team foul number 6 on the Broncos. So we're going to have Dakota Wesleyan inbounding the ball from underneath their own basket. Scott has got it on the dribble now. He brings it out into 3-point territory against Maverick Binder. Tampa Scott double team. Bounce pass over here to Lubers for 3. Shot no good. And we got a foul call on the rebound. It's going to go on Dieterman of Dakota Wesleyan. Crashing the boards there and picks up the personal foul. That's going to be his second. And now we're going to walk to the other end of the floor here. Going to the free throw line here for Hastings will be Boudreau. Ben has only got 5 points in the ball game today. He's hit a 3 and a 2. Hit the 3 in the first half and a 2-pointer here in the second half. Hastings is down by 11, 73-62 with 1 minute and 42 seconds to play. Ben Boudreau to the free throw line for the Broncos. Eyes the bucket, lets it fly. Shot is up there, circles the rim and falls off. No good. Rebound Lubers. Lubers now to Tampa Scott. Tampa brings it into the offensive end for the Tigers. And again, they're not going to be in any hurry here with the time down under 90 seconds to go. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tampa Scott has got the ball against Pujols. Tampa has still got it. Tampa just at the free throw line, a shot good. Tampa Scott now with 8 in the ball game. 75-62. Broncos down by 13. Here's a Boudreau with the ball to Hegman for 3. His shot is up there, no good. Pujols tips the ball right to Lubers. Lubers now to Tampa Scott. Tampa will bring things up as he winds his way up the floor here for Dakota Wesleyan. 75-62. Tampa Scott with the ball just across the midcourt stripe. Works against the Boudreau. Ben with a couple of swipes. He can't come up with the ball. Tampa is still got it now on the switch. Binder will pick him up, and Maverick picks up the personal foul. Maverick Binder picks up his second foul. Team foul number 7 of the Broncos. That's going to send Dakota Wesleyan to the free throw line. Tampa Scott will go to the line here. Tampa's a 90% foul shooter in the season. This will be his first free throw of the day. It is up there. It is good. 76-62. Broncos will play Doane on Wednesday night. Men's game will be at 7:45. Women at 6. We'll have the action here on Extreme Sports. Next shot is up there. It's going to be good by Tampa Scott. Now it's 77-62. And things look dismal for the Broncos. Ben Boudreau has the ball poked away, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Hastings inbounding the ball, baseline right side underneath their own basket with 25 seconds to go. Boudreau will get things into Ogalande. Bounce pass to David Hegman. Hegman takes it to the free throw line, down the lane. His shot is up there and in. Hegman scores. He's got 13 in the ball game. 16 seconds to go. 77-64 is the score. As Tampa Scott will bring it up the far sideline, and that's going to be all she wrote. White flag comes up, and the Broncos have lost their 15th game in a row to Dakota Wesleyan. The Tigers win today over Hastings. Final score, the Tigers 77 and the Broncos 64. So Hastings drops to 1-16 on the season. They're now 0-10 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Dakota Wesleyan improves to 12-5 in the year. They're now 5-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. In the final score, Dakota Wesleyan 77, Hastings 64. Back with the final totals after this. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
What they sound like. Keep it right here. You are listening to Extreme Sports.
Hey, Hastings, looking for the best midweek pick-me-up? Look no further than Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. It's Wing Night Wednesday, where our wings are legendary, crispy, saucy, and just downright delicious. I'm telling you, Bullseye's wings are out of this world. Choose from a variety of mouth-watering flavors and let your taste buds take flight. Need something to quench your thirst? Buy a draft beer and you get to keep the glass. Gather your wing-loving crew and join us every Wednesday at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Because when it's hump day, we wing it.
Industrial Irrigation Services has proudly supplied reliable horsepower to the industrial engine market since 1955. Our entire team is dedicated to fostering long-term relationships with our customers and key suppliers. Honesty and integrity make up the foundation that our business is built upon. Our entire team is ready to deliver the best sales, engineering, parts, and service support you have come to expect over many decades. No matter your industry or the rigorous demands of your application, our team of experts stand ready to serve you. We have been serving our customers and friends for over a half-century, and we look forward to continuing to provide you with the absolute best industrial engine packages and services for generations to come. When you need a solution for your industrial needs, don't just buy horsepower. Invest in reliable horsepower.
You are listening to Hastings College Basketball on Extreme Sports.
All right, the Broncos come up short here in the men's ball game as they lose to Dakota Wesleyan today, 77-64. Broncos had a 10-point lead in the first half at 30-20 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play. But then the Tigers went on a 22-5 run to close the half. They had a 42-35 lead at halftime. That's a run that we really didn't rebound from as the Broncos made it a little bit of a challenge in the second half. Got the game down to 3 points a couple of times midway through the second half, but they end up losing today by 13. Final score of 77-64. Broncos got 15 points in the game today from Maverick Binder, 13 from David Hegman, 10 points for Miles Simon, 7 for Deron Hall, 6 for John Barnhill, 5 for Ben Boudreau, 3 for David Ogalade, 3 points for Christian Puholtz, and 2 for Hunter Hill. Leading the way for Dakota Wesleyan today was a Samuel Aleason, as Aleason scores 21 in the ball game today. 15 for Blaze Lubers, 10 for Tampa Scott. Also in double figures was Ethan Dieterman as he scores 12 points in the game. Jacob Dobney had 9, and Steele Morgan had 6. So the Tigers now 12-5 in the season, 5-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The misery continues for Hastings College. The Broncos are now 1-16 on the year. We're 0-10 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Again, the final score, Dakota Wesleyan 77, Hastings 64. Stick around. The Bronco postgame show is up next. You are listening to Bronco Basketball.
You have been listening to Hastings College Basketball on Extreme Sports. Brought to you by the Family Medical Center of Hastings, your family's home for healthcare. By Tom Dinsdale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 2800 Osborne Drive East in Hastings. By Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Enjoy great food, good service, and a warm, friendly atmosphere at 2017 West 2nd. By Ruts Heating and Air, your York Midwest dealer in Hastings and Kearney. By Bob Sass Flowers, 2618 West 2nd, serving Hastings since 1955. By Hastings Irrigation Pipe Company, working hard to develop high-performance products. By Bosselman Energy, a fuel supplier and distributor offering gas, diesel, ag fuels, aviation fuel, biodiesel, ethanol, and propane. By the Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center of Hastings. By Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. By Highland Dairy. And by Teammates of Nebraska. Stay tuned. The Bronco postgame show is up next on your exclusive home for Bronco sports, Extreme Sports.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are houses to make into homes, businesses to be built, and friendships to enjoy.
Someday's gonna be one day soon.
Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At Bosselman Energy Companies, we take pride in being a trusted partner to our customers, a strong presence in the communities we serve, and a family business that truly cares. Founded in Grand Island in 1948, Bosselman Energy has grown into a diverse group of companies with locations across the Midwest. We supply local communities with essential petroleum products that fuel farms, power industries, and heat homes. With over 70 years of industry experience, Bosselman Energy remains committed to the principles that have guided us from the beginning, ensuring our continued success for generations to come.
The Bronco postgame show is brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air, your York Midwest dealer in Hastings and Kearney.
All right, the Broncos dropping this one here today to Dakota Wesleyan. Final score of 77-64. Final shooting numbers in the ball game. The Broncos hit 49% from the field today, 25 of 51. But our opponents continue the trend of shooting extremely well against our defense, as Hastings gave up 60.4% shooting to the Tigers today. Dakota Wesleyan hit 32 out of 53. Broncos were 8 out of 18 on three-pointers for 44%. The Tigers were just 3 out of 12 for 25%. From the free throw line, again, the opposition, they shoot more free throws than we do today, as the Tigers were 10 out of 16 from the line at 62%. Hastings was 6 out of 9 for 66%. They had Hastings with 11 turnovers in the game, Dakota Wesleyan with 9 rebounds. They had the Tigers with 28 and Hastings with 17. So again, the Broncos losing to Dakota Wesleyan today. Final score 77-64. We'll check the scores after this. You are listening to Bronco Basketball.
If you experience heating problems this winter, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a locally owned family business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
All right, the scores from the Great Plains Athletic Conference today on the women's side of things. It was Northwestern beating the College of St. Mary's 102-60. Morningside winners over Midland 69-61. Dordt took care of Mount Marty 92-55. Hastings over Dakota Wesleyan 79-70. Briar Cliff 73, Concordia 56, and Doane over Waldorf 78-56. On the men's side of things, final scores, again, Hastings losing to Dakota Wesleyan today 77-64. Doane is beating Waldorf 78-56. Concordia comes back to beat Briar Cliff today 84-81. And it was Dordt over Mount Marty 84-69. The other game between the Midland and Morningside, they're in overtime in men's play. And it's the last check. We'll get you a score here. Midland and Morningside, they were in overtime. And it's now final. Midland has beaten Morningside today. Final score 84-81. The game in overtime. We had the one in the game that was in overtime today. It was Concordia and Briar Cliff. So that game is not final yet. Concordia has got the lead over Briar Cliff 81-78. They are in overtime, and we mentioned Midland took care of Morningside today 84-81. So it's the game in overtime right now is Concordia and Briar Cliff. They've got 2:22 to play in overtime. Concordia has got a 3-point lead over the Chargers. So Wednesday night, we've got Hastings College and Doane coming up here on Extreme Sports. Women's game will go at 6. The men's game will go at 7:45 on the air with a pregame show at 5:45 on Wednesday afternoon. That'll wrap things up from the Corn Palace here today. Hastings College women winning the first game 79-70 over the Tigers. Hastings College men losing to DAC West by the score of 77-64. From Mitchell, South Dakota, I'm Mike Will, wishing a very pleasant good evening.
The Bronco postgame show has been brought to you by Ruts Heating and Air, your York Midwest dealer in Hastings and Kearney. Hastings College Basketball is an exclusive presentation of Extreme Sports.
When we come back, as we already wrap up Live Bet Saturday and hand it off to Ready, Set, Bet.
G-Bank is the official bank of VEASAN. Why? For one, unlike other credit cards, G-Bank does not treat sports betting transactions as a cash advance